about the brain, because the brain dictates to the body what we need to do. And I'm Milan Chessman. I was born December 5th, 1939. So I think I'm older than everybody here.
No.
And I teach Zumba. I've been in business in the health business for 33 years in alternative health. And what's really important to me is my brain, because if we don't have our brain, we have nothing, right? Yep. Every 68 seconds, somebody's diagnosed with Alzheimer's in this country. Since 1970, one new disease has been discovered every year. And every year now, there's a new disease. The junior highs, 25% of junior high age kids now have high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a disease of senior citizens. And these are all the facts. But there's hope. And you know, we're in business to be productive, to be successful, to set a good example, and to be a contribution to our community. If we don't have our health, we don't have our brain, we don't have that ability. We take better care of our cars than we do our bodies, don't we? We change our oil, we tune up our car, and we have a 6-cylinder vehicle. I believe it's 6 cylinders. I'm not a mechanic. But we operate on 4 cylinders. But we don't take care of our bodies like we take care of our cars. And then when we wonder why 50% of the American people will contract cancer before they die. And every 56 seconds somebody's diagnosed with cancer in this country. Why is that? It's because there's so many toxins, poisons, carcinogens that are in our environment, and they're putting that into our food, and we're ingesting that. So how do we get healthy? I think I've only got 15 minutes to speak, and I'm talking as fast as I can because I've got so much to share. But the reason is because we are ingesting foods that have all these chemicals in them. Listen to me. 1%, there is, in grain, there is 1% of pesticide residue. In fruit, there is 6% pesticide residue. In vegetables, there are 8% pesticide residue. In dairy, there's 25% pesticide residue. In animal products, there are 55% pesticide residue. In our country, we are eating animal 3 times a day, 2 and 3 times or once a day. We do not have the digestive system to ingest animal. We have the same digestive system as the herbivore, which is an animal that eats vegetation. We have 20 to 22 feet of small intestines and 5 feet of large intestines. So we are designed and created to eat plant. We're not designed and created to eat animal. But in this country, we're eating so much processed foods with all the chemicals, herbicides, insecticides, pesticides, and dyes that we are bombarded with toxicity. And I'm in the health. I have a fasting retreat here in Julian. People come from all over the world, and they stay at the retreat, and they detox their system. They get a new body, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give people a new body. If you want a new body, you've got my card there. I'm the person to see. So, and that is, the results are phenomenal. I've had people get their diabetes in remission. I've had people get their cancer in remission, which is unheard of. In 7 days. In 7 days. Go back, I had one lady that had a stroke. And have you ever seen somebody with stroke? They're paralyzed from half the face was paralyzed, and she smiled like this. Half, right? Because it was paralyzed from the stroke. She did 10 days of cleansing. And after 10 days, she was able to smile on both sides of her face. I had another man who was in the Vietnam War. He had Agent Orange dumped on him. They used that to kill the foliage, to see the enemy. Agent Orange is extremely toxic. And that was in the 60s and late 90s. He came and did a cleanse. And all the Agent Orange came out of his body, and lots of it, and he was totally recovered. He had all kinds of sickness and disease. Listen, when we're sick and we have no energy and we're lethargic, we are into ourselves, aren't we? Are we able to be giving and loving and productive when we're sick? No, we're not. So first things first, you've got to get healthy. Get that body rejuvenated. Get that body healthy. Get that weight off. 80% of the American people are overweight. Not obese, overweight. Go to a Walmart or a Banker or any place public and watch and look and count. It's amazing how many people are overweight. We have that because of the high fructose corn syrup and the MSG that they're putting into our foods, and they call it other names to fool us, to make us think that it's not. These dangerous chemicals that cause us to be addicted. And this is what happens. We end up being addicted to refined sugars, addicted to animal products, addicted to the foods that we keep eating. Look, this is the chart of the brain of different chemicals. This is a person that had methamphetamines. Look at the holes in his brain. These are actual MRIs. Here is alcohol, the holes in the brain. This is a normal brain. This is a healthy brain here. And this is a brain with smoking cigarettes, inhalants, cocaine use. Look at the damage. And marijuana. There's marijuana. There's marijuana. Look at marijuana. And they're going to legalize it. It's already legal in some states. This is the damage that these drugs are doing to our brain. It shrinks the brain. We have 85% salt water in the brain. And when we eat so much trans fat, that's what the biggest damage to the brain is, trans fats. So did everybody see this?
What's 649? Ma'am, you're 649.
Sorry?
You're at 659.
29 seconds.
You have 8 minutes left. You have 8 minutes left.
Are there any questions that I can answer for anybody? I've been doing this. I've been in business in health for 33 years. I've seen over 30,000 clients. My retreat is here in Julian. And I have seen, I had a clinic in San Diego, the largest health clinic at one time. And I started off as my mother was a diabetic, my father was a diabetic, my mother had cancer, my father had cancer. So they say, well, you've got healthy genes. I do not have healthy genes, that's for sure. So it's all the changes I made. And when I made my first change 23 years ago, I went to a plant-based diet. And when I did that, my life changed radically. Radically, I was able to do aerobics with the 20 and 30-year-olds. My skin looked glowing, my energy level increased. But I fast regularly on a 25 to 24-hour, once a week fast. And that has made all the difference in my health. But see, the brain is telling the body what to do. And right now, when we are not healthy, the body is telling the brain what to do. And we have to get it the other way around. We have to make a decision whether we're going to be healthy or whether we're going to be sick. And it all starts with right here. Knowledge is power. We have to learn why we are sick. And drugs and surgery is not the answer all the time. So you have to think of what we're putting into our body. That's the most important. Any questions? No? Okay. Well, if you have got my card, and there's a gift for you, and I have my other book that I wrote. Is I guess it's on.
Are you still doing Zumba Wednesday mornings?
Yes, I do. Yes, thank you. I do Zumba every Wednesday morning. It's low impact. I'm trying to make it low impact so more people will come. But I don't see enough people coming. Why? Because the brain is telling the body, I don't want to go. I'm tired. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Mañana. But we make a decision, and you have to make a decision about your health and which way you're going to go. Are you going to live your life abundantly, or are you going to live your life sick? So those are the choices you make. Thank you.